sort of, I don't know, kind of coincides and collides with that stuff that I grew up on and kind of get more of that like punk rock feel.
Right.
So
Hip hop has kind of had like a punk rock moment over the past couple of years with a lot of dudes. Like when you look at somebody like Pump or Yachty, they come out and they are really like rejecting the traditional structure of what hip hop is. And they're just sort of jumping in and being like, nah, fuck it. I'm going to do my own thing, even if it's more based on melody or my voice or being funny or whatever. And it's like that. They've able, you know, somebody like Eminem's the best rapper in the world. Lil Pump's not maybe the best rapper in the world, but, you know, has a certain, like, the same way that, like, punk was not, like, as talented musically as classical rock or whatever.
Yeah, and it's like, I don't know, I go to these shows and I don't know, I see all the people coming to these shows and the way that they're performing and everything, and I don't know, it reminds me more of the Sex Pistols than, like, I don't know. Yeah, exactly. You know? Yeah, exactly. I don't want to throw any names, but I just see like more like, oh fuck, this is like Sid Vicious. You know, this is more rebellious and like, I don't know, it's just cool.
You know, that's actually really interesting because I felt like I never really had that much confidence that I would be able to like create content or work within hip hop until I got to the point where I started meeting like young 19-year-old rappers who were just punk rock. Like they were dirty, they didn't give a fuck. A lot of these early dudes I was, even like Smoke Perp is like one of the first like early rappers I interviewed and stuff, and he was like more of like just like a skater kid, just sort of hanging out at shops on Melrose or something like that. That's how I met him. And like previous to that, I'd always sort of had this idea, and now I really understand that even the most gangster rappers, even the rappers who wear the most Gucci, no shots, are basically regular people.
Yeah, I don't know, I think that's what, like, you know, just kind of drove me to this music, I guess. I don't know. It's just kind of like connected me more because like I grew up, you know, as a skater kid, as like in Orange County surfing. And
where in Orange County?
In Garden Grove.
Oh, nice,
yeah,
nice.
In like Huntington, Newport area. And all that.
I lived in Long Beach for like 3-4 years.
Oh, okay.
So I got a little taste of.
So yeah, so it's the same kind of vibe. You know what I mean? So.
What kind of bands were you into when you were first going to punk shows and shit?
I mean, like all the local bands that no one would have ever heard of, but people who I would be into, that you'd heard, like the Op Ivy era and the Rancids, and you know.
That sucks. I miss that. I would have liked to live in California for that shit.
Oh, dude,
that
Orange County,
because I grew up listening to Operation Ivy and shit, but it was so far away.
And Sublime and like all this shit. It was, dude. I mean, No Doubt and all this. It was like right there in Orange County. I mean, Orange County was just the fucking place to be in the '90s as a kid, man.
That's badass.
Yeah, just the music that was coming out of there was just all ska, punk rock, and everybody was like rude boy or skater or punk. It was just like,
which one were you?
Cool, dude. I was everything. I went from like rockabilly to ska to punk to just whatever was.
Me too. Like in like
a
few years, it was like punk, ska, hardcore, death metal, black metal. I just like had to experience like every genre in this short period of time before I eventually was like, dude,
I would walk around in like a suit and tie and be like, dude, I'm a rude boy for life. Like it's ska music, it's the Special Selector, like rude boy for life. And then all of a sudden I heard rockabilly music and I was like, oh shit, these greasers are so rad. Like the pompadour hair and all their tattoos and all this stuff and everything, you know. And then it just progressed and then it just changed. It's just like, you know. But Orange County was just a hotbed of just so much different, you know, type of creative music and stuff. So.
You ever done a kickflip?
Have a kickflip on a skateboard? Yeah, for sure.
Okay, good. Because like Jonah Hill has sort of like taken this role in skateboarding, and a lot of skaters have been very into like trying to document and find evidence that he has skateboarded. And they can't find any evidence of him skateboarding.
So he's not a skater?
I mean, it's just like, it's more of a meme, to be honest.
Where did he grow up?
I don't know. But I was like somewhere in New York, right?
I think. Know. I mean, you can't grow up in Orange County and not skate.
Yeah, for sure. But I don't know. It's like he's had quotes like where he's like talking about like how much skateboarding like influenced him when he was younger, and it's more of a meme. There's this skateboarder named Wrecking Ball who sort of like is constantly like pushing the issue like, if you skated, where's the footage? We need to see clips, man. And it's just like, it's super funny because it's like he's a fucking grown ass man. I don't really give a shit if he has skateboard clips, but it is funny to hold him to like.
Everybody was running around with like, I don't have any footage of me skating. Like I didn't have any.
Yeah.
Also, not back when we were skating, like we didn't have iPhones, we didn't have all that stuff. Like no, and also we didn't have money for a freaking camcorder. It was like $1,000 when we were kids.
And the
know?
mentality of like, oh, I did a good trick, so therefore I need to put it on social media and like,
Well,
or film it in any way
I mean,
is super new.
Also, think about like when we were skating, where would we have posted it? We wouldn't. We would have like sent it into America's Funniest Home Videos if we like fell or something. Like, there's nowhere to post. We didn't have social media. We didn't have Twitter. We didn't have YouTube or anything. So
that
it's
would have
like,
been badass.
yeah, it's like, why do we have? Of course, we're not gonna have footage of us skating, like, unless we were like kids trying to make skate videos, you know, which a lot of my friends were. But
were you interested in acting and everything, even while you were going through those sort of like growing
I was like
years?
simultaneously acting at the same time as all that. So I was living in Orange County, but I was like driving back and forth every day to LA just to, you know, audition and then eventually work on Amanda shows and Drake and Josh and whatever.
What age did you start acting?
5.
5.
Yeah.
Wow. So your parents were like
dude.
on it from day one?
Well, I don't know. I was like, honestly, my parents, they just like, they got divorced. My dad needed something to do. He was putting me in Little League, and I wasn't having fun doing that. I was having more fun like entertaining the guys on the bench, and wasn't really into sports. And so, but I would go home and I'd try to, you know, impersonate the people I'd see on TV. And I grew up on a lot of old stuff like, you know, Jerry Lewis and Dean Martin and all these old vintage guys, everything in black and white. And so I'd like try and impersonate them. And my dad was like, dude, maybe my kid's more into, maybe she get into show business or something. And I'd always try and like, you know, play guitar and sing and all this stuff. So he's like, all right, he's obviously not into sports. So, so then we were just flying blind. Like we weren't in the industry. We didn't know.
You'll not see me there. Oh yeah. Moments. I was thinking the other day that it's only a matter of time until someone has a fake face tattoo. Well, yeah, this is definitely fake, but he's not trying that hard. Like someone who just draws it on every day or something and like just tries to... Yeah. They like try it for a couple years and then they just let it go. Could happen.
This kid's 15 coming from South Florida. Found out about him a couple of months ago. You should keep him and try and.
Is he ever gonna rap?
Do I look like someone who cares what God thinks?
What the fuck is this? Is anything ever gonna happen? Much respect for making something this retarded. Oh wow, he's rapping.
They call me delicious, but I said that I be subscriptionless. Penis and ripped in your bitch, you hold it. She crazy on acid, I'm crazy, but bitches are crazy.
Imagine if this kid lived like in your town.
Louis Vuitton with the petty and ring. Bitches be fat, toast for the win.
Yeah.
Louis Vuitton with the petty and ring.
I'd have a hard time
Louis Vuitton with
sleeping
the
at
petty and ring. Louis Vuitton with the petty and ring.
My bitches all got they nails done. My bitches all got they nails done. My bitches all got they nails done.
Scratching me up and it feel good, feel good, feel good. The stress she giving me bleeding love. The stress she giving me bleeding love. Fuck the chick, I got the nails done. She blow me like coke, then we rail some. I'm pushing and smacking up bands.
Okay, I hate you. Nah, you're all right. Yeah, all right.